I spent $100,000 getting coaching from this one mentor, so you don't have to. This mentor of mine is worth over $200 million. The biggest thing that attracted me to working with this mentor over a lot of other people was his values and the integrity that he holds as a human being. I wanted to be able to emulate that, and I wanted to be able to learn from that. And the craziest thing is that as I've had Bedros as my coach, the absolute biggest thing that I've picked up from him has been his communication. And I pick up a lot more from him just being how he is in action than I actually pick up from even what he tells me, because I know when people tell you a certain thing, they could fake it or they could make it mean a certain way, because people can lie with their words, but they'll tell you the truth with their actions. And with Bedros, I learned so much about communication because of the way he communicates with me. He's direct with me, and at the same time gets the actual idea across in a way that is uplifting to me. And so when I work with my team now, I'm starting to communicate better with my team. And what do I mean by this? I'll just give you an example. You might be a YouTuber, you might have an editor, but you're not clearly setting expectations of what you want from them. You are expecting them to edit a video a certain way. And when they don't do that, you either get upset or you fire them, and you have all these emotions jumping up and down. And if it's not an editor, it's somebody maybe that works on your team. Instead of saying, hey, I was expecting you to do this much work and that did not get met. So we will need to either change your role or change your pay to reflect the less hours that you're now starting to put in every single week. Are you okay with that? Or if you want the same level of pay, this is the exact output we expect every week. So you could do it either hours based or output based. So for example, with my team, I set a clear expectation, and I had this conversation and I said, hey, look, the outcome that I want every single week is 5 long form videos and 14 shorts. Is this achievable? Well, I didn't just come down like a boss and just, this is what we need to do. They told me, yeah, they think this is achievable. I said, okay, cool. How do you think we can get this done? I said, well, we can have editors that can each do 1 to 2 long form. They can do shorts, 1 to 2 shorts a day, etc. I said, cool. Now, can you both help me with this? And they said, yes, we can help you with this. But at this point, I knew that if I let it go here, it would not be done. It wouldn't be something that would be set in stone. I didn't give them clear instructions. I didn't set clear deadlines. I didn't assign that responsibility to one single person. It would have just fallen through the cracks. And what would have happened? Days would have went by and I would have been like, Amanat is not even messaging me about this. Something's up with him. Days would have went by. Are they even in it? Is their heart even in it? They probably don't even care. Your mind just plays so many tricks on you. When in reality, they have their own lives, they have their own problems, and I didn't set a clear expectation of what I want from them. But they don't have a clear goal, yet I have the audacity to be upset. And so instead, what I did on that call was I continued working through, and I said, okay, out of the two of you, who do you think should lead this role? As in, whose main responsibility should it be? Who can I hold accountable at the end of the day? And they talked about their strengths and weaknesses, and based on that, they all decided that Amanat should lead that role. So now we have a very clear person in charge of that role. So that means if that output doesn't get done, we hold Amanat responsible and accountable. What that also means is it doesn't really matter how many hours he's working every single day. I don't have to micromanage him. I don't have to worry about anything. And if those outputs don't get met, we either know he's under delivering, or we know that maybe it's too difficult. Maybe it's not a realistic enough goal. We can talk about that and set a different goal. But once you do this and you have clear accountability and clear responsibility and clear communication, your life changes. I'll give you another example of something phenomenal. I recently had this problem with this company. They owed us $150,000 and they would not pay that to us. And we were looking at potentially going into a legal battle that was going to go on for many, many years, and it was going to cost hundreds of thousands of dollars on either side. And at that point, it wouldn't even be worth it. And I was so frustrated with how they were treating us and how they were dealing with us, and everything was so infuriating. It was such a painful experience. And I just thought to myself, you know what? I said, I don't even need that money. I can just move on and part ways with it. And that was a decision I was okay with until I spoke with my mentor, and he said, look, Qazi, what are you really worried about? And I said, Bedros, I'm worried, man, that if I stand up and fight here, they're going to take us to legal battle. And he said, you don't have to do that. What if you just have a calm conversation with them through email and just speak with them and say, hey, we want to work alongside you. We're willing to negotiate and come to an agreement. But for that agreement to happen, this is how much we would need me to get paid. But it was extremely peaceful. It was respectful. We never had crazy arguments or fights like I was going to have because I was emotionally a wreck. But once I did it the way that I knew Bedros would communicate, the end result was we went through this whole thing, and instead of us getting either $0, which was an extremely likely thing that was going to happen, with the Bedros strategy, we ended up getting $75,000. So that was another amazing power of like effective communication. And I use those same tools from Bedros now with my coaching clients, where I set such clear expectations. And I even tell my own clients now, hey, I don't want you to get this higher level of coaching with me that's 10K a month right now. Start with this for 90 days. And I tell them now clearly, your content skills are bad. After 90 days, if you like it, we can take you up to the next level. And all these things that are such high integrity, because who would give up 10K a month? But from Bedros, what I learned is Qazi 1.0 was focused on marketing. Qazi 2.0 focuses on fulfillment. That was another amazing lesson that I've learned from Bedros, which is just keep your fulfillment to the max, keep your integrity and your word and your communication to the max, and you will have incredible results in your relationship with your partner, with your teammates, with your friends. And these skills will help you with negotiations and help you make a lot of money. And so I want to pass those lessons along to you. Keep your communication, your integrity really high. I promise you that has the highest ROI in the world.